Namaste, everyone. I'm Jeni Ji, and thanks for tuning in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button in the corner in order to get new videos and content. And make sure that you're checking out Soul to Soul Connections with Jeni Ji. I'm interviewing some amazing people, even people who are very famous and well known, all walks of life. So for those of you who have already seen some episodes, there's new episodes coming out every week, which I'm on many different platforms. So don't miss out on that. You'll get notifications here on my channel only if you're subscribed. So let's talk about this week's cosmic vibes from September 10th to the 18th. Like, can you believe we're in September already? That's crazy. Where has the year gone, right? So I want you to look back and reflect on to April 21st and see where you are by the end of this week. Whatever it is that happened to you, I mean, I know it happened to me that day and that time. That was a huge day. So look back. Where were you then? Like, what was going on? What happened? What sudden ending or sudden beginning? Or what transformed? Where are you today? What have you worked through? Because you were going to see this week, what's your fated destiny? Where are you? Look back onto August and really pay attention to what happened as well. That was the biggest month of the year. We had portals. We had two super duper full moons, Lionsgate portal, huge energies happened. So this week, like some of you already know, what's your fated destiny? What are you drawn to? What talents do you have? What abilities do you have? We're all gifted and unique in our own way. That's why you're here, to share who you are with your abilities and talents. It doesn't matter what it is. As long as you're walking your path, your soul's chapter was starting to open up more and more and more, and you'll see it this week. Some of you have already been working hard on your projects and resolving issues, and that's going to continue on this week. You're going to be decluttering. It's like, geez, I don't know what's in my closet or these junk drawers, or maybe it's the garage. Maybe my vehicle, my car needs like decluttering. You might find that you're like shining it up the inside in a bit. You might find that where your office environment is too, you're going to be like, I got to clear up my desk. It seems a little cluttered. You're going to be going through paperwork and such like that. So it's going to be a busy week for sure. So you're seeing more and more energies. You've seen people come back from your past. And we have the ending of Mercury retrograde. Thank goodness, on the 15th of September. So we're going to have that post Mercury retrograde. So that's energy still going to linger on a little bit, for a couple of weeks. However, the energies start to ease up. Thank goodness. So sometimes people like myself, if you're going to travel or do certain things, you do it after that point. I mean, we got to live our life. We still have to do what we have to do. Things come up, right? So some of you are going to be doing a lot more reviewing as well during this time. And we also have Jupiter retrograde until the 30th of December. And that, again, will show you more and more and more your abilities, your gifts, your talents. It's bringing in good luck. It's bringing in abundance. It's also bringing in new opportunities. So really pay attention. I mean, we can get opportunities at any given time, and it doesn't mean that we're ready for it, or it doesn't mean that we're wanting that. We can always say no. However, for some of you, you're going to be like, I can't believe I got that job, or I can't believe this has just happened, or I can't believe that we've just bought this house that I always wanted. Like, whatever it is, really pay attention, because it's going to bring in a lot of destined encounters. That's why I'm saying this week, you're going to be getting those signs of fated destiny for you. We all have destinies. And I mean, we can always work around that as well if we're not ready. You know, I've changed my destiny a few times myself on purpose for many reasons. However, I can read into that energy. I do past life akashic record readings. I get bits and pieces of my future shown to me by spirit anyways. And sometimes I'm like, you know, I'm not going to walk that path right now, or I'm not going to emerge into this. So always go by what feels right for you, what's working for you. You know, even on the 15th is a master number day. Master number day. It's a higher vibration. We have that new moon in Virgo on the 14th, 15th, which is bringing in newness. It's a very powerful moon, but you're going to find that you might want to be more grounded. Some of you might be feeling more grounded even during that day. So no surgeries during that day if possible. Really pay attention to your animals and such like that. You know, make sure you're leaving your crystals outside to get rejuvenated, as I call it. It's like that energy bunny, that commercial, right? So you're going to get rejuvenated. You're going to be reflecting more even this week on your spiritual practices. Some of you are going to be like, you know what, Jeni, I'm starting a new routine this week. I'm doing yoga. I am doing more meditations. I am setting boundaries. I am taking time out for me. I'm taking a spiritual class. I'm changing my career. I'm going to be, let's say, a wellness coach now. I'm going to be a holistic practitioner. I'm going to, like, whatever it is, you're going to see those signs even more and more and more, and really pay attention. And it's going to be like, well, geez, I'd really like to do this, or I'd like to become that. Oh, can I do it? Switch that mind frame from your fears of any negativity to the positive. Start doing that research. Start looking into these classes, or what you need to do. What you do on a day-to-day basis will determine your future. So you're going to be like, yeah, I'm going to take that risk. I'm going to sign up for that class. I'm going to do this. I'm going to start a business. I'm going to do that. So go for it, because this very well could be your fated destiny. So for those of you who work out, really be careful with your muscles. Really stretch them gently. Gentle stretches, even throughout the rest of this year as well, because our bodies have been adjusting for quite some time. Be a little bit extra careful. You know, some of you could be feeling really, really exhausted, where some of you could be like, wow, I'm like feeling like I had 10 cups of huge cappuccino. I'm going on and on and on. Your Kundalini energy has been activated. And when that activates, oh my goodness sakes, that can go either way. It affects your nervous system. And this is why it's important to be grounded as much as you can. Drink a lot more water. Drink a lot more water. It can bring in, like, you know, like panic attacks, because it does hit your nervous system. Your body could feel like it's heating up and such. I mean, we always have cosmic flares, as I call it, energy flares going on with the planet. It's just something we have to adapt to. So you might have found that your sleep could have been off, or maybe you're going to be like, wow, this week my sleep has been really, really, really good. I'm really like finally can sleep. For those of you who've had sleepless nights, however, some of you might be having those restless, sleepless nights. And you're like, why can't I sleep? Because the vibration is really high this week. And whenever the vibration is high, you don't sleep. Like, I had 3 days with no sleep, and I'm like, really? But I'm like, okay. And then I found actually really good. You can nap, you can rest, whatever works for you. And then you're going to find, geez, all of a sudden I had that energy, like, oh my goodness, right? So, and you might find actually too, because with these cosmic energies with the planet, it does affect different parts of our body. So you might even find on the 10th and so that your stomach could be a little off, like your breast areas and your ovaries could be a little bit more sensitive. And that's also with your animals too, by the way. So the 11th and the 12th, heart, blood pressure issues you could have, just really, really take it easy. Take it easy. The 13th to the 15th, your pancreas, intestine, and digestive system. You might find that, geez, I can't have that food today. I can't do this. I don't know. I can't eat that. So the 10th and the 11th, you might be feeling a lot more compassion towards yourself and others. September the 11th, of course, is a day nobody will ever forget. I always take time out that day myself personally. I had a client that was lost his life in September 11th in the buildings, the twin towers. So we all know what we were doing that day. So it's a day for more compassion. It's a day to really take a look at where are you? You know, what are you grateful for? I mean, I'm grateful for that I have a roof over my head. I had food on my table. You know, the simplest things. There's people out there who don't even have that. With the cost of living and inflation, it's off the market. It's off the charts. Especially here in Canada, there's no place you can live in Canada that is not sky high. At least in certain other areas and countries, there's different parts of the country you can go to where the cost of living isn't as high. In Canada, that doesn't exist because the government doesn't care. So anyways, really pay attention to where your health is. Keep your immune system really high, really high. You know, make sure you're eating like high vibrational fruits and vegetables and such like that. You know, taking time for you, try not to exert yourself to the extent where you're so exhausted and you're like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm so tired. Because you're going to want to take that space and time for you because you're going to be hearing these messages coming through. You're going to be like, you know, Jeni, I really wanted to become a doctor. I really wanted to, you know, work in the office, like whatever it is, your fated destiny. Some of you are on that path already. Some of you are going to be discovering that even more this week. So pay attention to the fated events because your soul is really going to be bringing things in. And really watch and be careful with the energy of Agni. Now that's in the Vedic astrology. Vedic astrology, I love. It's very accurate. And even if you're plugging in a curling iron, sparking up a barbecue, anything connected with fire, even if it's the simplest things, it can ignite. That's why there's a lot of fires going on in the world. Yes, some of them are man-made and set on purpose. However, some of them are not. So be really mindful more so if you're anything connected with fire, don't take it for advantage. Really look at it and really see where it's going. Okay. So even on the 12th and 13th of September, make sure you're not making any rash, huge decisions. Really take that time back for you to pause and really reflect on what changes you want to do. It's like sign that contract, take this job, do this, do this, do that. Take time for you to repause, reset your mind, take a look at what direction you want to go. Because keep in mind, this is about your fated destiny. So some of you might be like, you know, geez, do I go back to school? Do I take that course? Do I go for it and make that move? Do I all of a sudden do this? Do I all of a sudden do that? Really pay attention and take that pause. It's so important. Make yourself a priority. Really make yourself a priority. Life is about balance. We have family and friends and children and certain circumstances we have to balance out, of course, but you have to make yourself a priority because if you don't, who else will? I mean, I'm on my own. I always do things on my own. and such like that. You know what I mean? I don't normally reach out for help. I do everything on my own. And at times I'm like, geez, Jeni, you do need a little bit of help with this, the circumstances, the situation. Reach out. Reach out. There's people out there that can help you work through things, and whatever it is, right? Whatever it is, don't let your ego hold you back. That's why we're all here. You're going to be connecting more with your soul tribe. You guys have been letting people go. I've unfriended certain people that I'm like, no, there's reasons being, and it's just like, no. Somebody starts treating you with disrespect, if somebody, you don't really get each other, like whatever it is. I'm not going to go on about it. However, always be grateful for the lessons learned. Always take a look at why they came into your life. How did you attract that person, and so on and so on and so on. But I'm somebody that when I shut the door, I shut the door. That's it. Right? So walk on your own journey for you, and really pay attention who's been in your life and who supports you in a positive way. Really pay attention to that. And be you. Just be authentic and be yourself. That's the only thing that matters. And show kindness and compassion. There's a lot of people going through things. And with all of these different changes, with a lot of the BS that are going on with our so-called leaders, a lot of people aren't going to be happy this week either, with certain restrictions coming back, certain rules coming back and changing, all of those different kinds of things. You have to do what feels right for you no matter what. So always keep that in mind, because when you're walking your path of what you're feeling right about, what you resonate with, that's your soul's path. Don't judge anybody else's path. You have no right to do that. So let's pull a couple of cards and see what the universal world wants to say to us. And whenever I see a client, I'm a psychic, clairvoyant, medium, past life, akashic record, animal, communicator, meditation coach, pranic healer, and so on and so on and so on. So I don't use cards because I can see or read into your level of consciousness and expand it from that point on with my insights, giving you the steps that are necessary to make certain changes, and with my insights, and so on and so on. So soulworkwithjeni.com for those of you who would like to book a reading with me. So let's ask the universal world, and make sure you guys, by the way, whenever you're using cards, clear them 3 times on wood, boom, 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 before you use them, because that clears your energy and whoever else has used it before you. So I've done that already with my cards. So what is the cosmic message from the spirit world, the universal world? September 10th to the 18th. It's the message cosmically from our universe. It's the universal message. Wow. Whoops. Okay. So the card that fell out, it's actually very suiting. This card says the end. So you know how this is all about your fated destiny? You guys might be ending certain situations, certain relationships, and embracing into the unknown. Because whenever there's endings, there is new beginnings. And endings, of course, can be painful. Any relationships that you're ending, you could be walking away from a job. You could be living in a certain place, and all of a sudden you're moving away. You could be moving out of the country. Like different things, major endings and such like that. And again, always reflect back on your journey and say, what did I learn from that experience? The good and the bad and the ugly. It's whenever we have those hard, difficult, challenging times, it makes you really appreciate the good times. And pay attention who was there for you whenever you were going through difficulties and such like that. So this is where you're doing more reflection on who you're drawn to and such like that, who's there for you. I get people that reach out to me all the time asking me nonstop questions. What do you see? What do you see? What do you see for me? And it got to the bottom line quite some time ago. If you want to book a reading with me, um, there's my website. So this is why boundaries are really important, really important. You have to think of yourself because you will get drained. And if you keep on giving and giving and giving, you're not going to be receiving anything. So there's the balance of giving and receiving. That's what makes you in alignment more. So now let's ask the animal world. You know, we have that new moon coming up, don't forget. So the new moon, there's more animals that pass on and people as well during this time frame period. So it's the energy of the new that's saying these sudden endings. So you know how we just had that ending cards? Ending, oh, you know, of course, means death into rebirth. For every death, there's a rebirth. For every rebirth, there's a death. So it's like endings are constant, new beginnings are constant. The only thing that's constant in the world and in this life is change, adapting to change. I mean, I have a contract I have to review right now that I'm avoiding, but I have to review it, by the way. So, you know, and sometimes we have to adapt to it with certain circumstances and such like that as well, right? So let's ask the animal kingdom. What is the message? I mean, I connect with the animals 24/7 who are passed on and who are still here. I'm an animal communicator. So let us find out what's the message from their animal world. And also, too, by the way, September 17th, mark that down in your calendars. That day, expect the unexpected, by the way. Anything can happen that day. Really pay attention. I mean, that was the day I was married, by the way. I've been divorced since, oh gosh, 2001, 2002, right? But that was the day I got married. So September 17th. And I'm like, ugh. But, you know, it's always going back, reflecting, what did you learn? All of those things, right? So that can be a real fated day for you too, by the way. So let's ask the animal kingdom world. What's the cosmic message from the 10th of September to the 18th? Right away. Right away. I just love these cards. Just love these cards. So now we have this animal, which is one of my favorite animals, actually. Actually, after my wolfhound passed away, I was in Hawaii and I went to the zoo. McTavish's birthday is August 24th, and I went to the zoo on the 24th. And I communicated with an elephant that day. I wrote the story about his message and so on. It was quite extraordinary. So the elephant, by the way, is all about resolving situations and issues and letting go, and how you're going to overcome obstacles, like even Ganesh, Lord Ganesh, removing obstacles, showing you what needs to resolve, helping you remove obstacles with ease. You know, sometimes whenever we have to remove things, that's endings, right? And that's painful. That's really painful. Normally with certain endings, it's painful. It's a painful cycle we went through. Like, you know, sometimes endings can be a real blessing, a real blessing. You know, some people like, I can't believe my relationship ended, or I can't believe my job let me go, or I was laid off, or like whatever it was. Sometimes that's a real blessing, because then your soul puts you on that journey and that path towards your fated destiny. So surrender it, and don't freak out. Take that pause and say, you know, now that I look at it, that was a really, really good thing that happened. You have to trust the process. You know, things happen for a reason and come together during divine timing. And, you know, sometimes we just hear it in our voice. Like literally, I sat down, you know, when was it, like 3 days ago? And you know, I mean, I sit down more than that, right? But and I just said out loud naturally, I can't stay here. I can't stay here. So pay attention to that little voice, and it just came and it just flowed. So if you're trying to force that, You're not going to hear it. You can always book a reading with me and I can give you those confirmations with clarity of what I see coming up for you. And sometimes all we need is just that clarity or confirmation that we're on the right path. It can be life-changing. So now y'all know I love my crystals, and make sure you put them out on the new moon, on the ledge where the moon's shining in or outside. If you feel safe to leave your crystals outside wherever you live, it really makes a difference. So let's ask the land of the crystals. What is the message? What's the cosmic message on the crystal? Cosmic message. Cosmic message. Carnelian. Feed your creativity. Absolutely. Like some of you have been really busy working on your projects and such like that, regardless of what it is. And even the color orange, by the way. Now, color orange is all about courage, having the courage to move forward, having the courage to make changes. Like I'm always working on projects. I multitask a lot myself. And sometimes you're like, geez, gosh, that's when you can reach out for help. And some of you are going to be like, you know what? I want to face my fears, Jeni. I've been facing my fears. And how does that make you feel? Wow, liberated, right? So really pay attention to what messages you're getting. This is the week, what's your soul's fated destiny? Your creativity shows you that if you surrender it and walk your path that feels right for you. It doesn't matter what anybody else says. Oh, you're never going to make that happen. That's never going to happen. Why are you surrounding yourself with negative energy when they're not supporting you? Listen to that. So I want to wish you guys a really happy week, and I want to know what's going on for you, especially the 17th of September. What's that fated destiny? What happened that day? And that can happen anytime this week too, by the way. But on the 17th, that's really, really highlighted with that cosmic energy right now. Okay, because you're really going to wanting that structure. Your intuition is going to be a lot higher. You're going to be wrapping things up. That's that ending cards. You're going to be goal setting even more and more and more. You're going to see it's going to be an amazing week. So make sure you've subscribed to my channel. Make some comments. Let me know what you guys think. And really tune in to Soul Connections with Jeni Ji. Watch my interviews. Let me know what you guys think. And I've got some exciting events coming up and so on that I'll share with you only if you're tuned in and subscribed to Jeni. So namaste, everyone. Namaste, everyone. I'm Jeni Ji. I'm an international known clairvoyant psychic medium, past life akashic record, animal communicator, relationship coach, meditation teacher, and so on. I am here to tell you there is some exciting news. I'm revamping my YouTube channel. That's right. There's new content coming out weekly. I'm going to talk about the weekly cosmic vibes, what you're experiencing and why, how to utilize that, and giving you the reasons behind it. We're going to talk about the new moon, the full moon, Mercury retrograde, and I'm going to give you those insights, how to manifest and make things happen for you at the right time. It's time, everyone. It's time to wake up this planet. Let's show some love and compassion. Let the fear go. Let the negativity go. Let's do this together and transcend your soul in quantum leaps. I'll be here. Where are you? Hit that red button at the corner there, subscribe to my channel, and let's make this happen. Let's do this now. Namaste.